Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Alexia Stadium right outside of Taunton High School. I'm Brett Schaves, alongside my colleagues Jack Ryan, Nick Notarangelo. Tigers coming off a run start, 1-2. Guys, what do they need to do to get off to a hot start, maybe gain some momentum early in this game?
Well, it looks as if Trent Santos is going to be getting the start under center. He's going to have to throw the ball today. They rely on the rush game, and they've been able to get away with it so far. Josh Lopes, including his biggest run of the year, an 80-yard rushing touchdown against New Bedford. I think they're going to have to pass it today if they want to come away with a win against a strong Attleboro team.
With a couple new additions on the Taunton High team, Hussein Kassab starting at center, senior, and Angela Blank starting at defensive end. So a couple seniors getting their first start, seeing what they can do out there.
Guys, contributing also to the defensive side, secondary's been doing really well as far as one-on-one defense and press coverage. How do you think leaders such as Kurt Marshall and other defenders in the secondary are going to hold up tonight and maybe get a big win against Attleboro?
Well, honestly, I think their rush defense needs to improve. Passing-wise, their cornerback safeties have been stellar. It all goes back to the line, able to stop him before he gets a big rush.
All right, that's going to wrap it up down on the field. We'll catch you up in the booth for inside coverage play-by-play against Attleboro and Taunton.
Fans, again, we welcome all to Tiger Alexo Stadium for today's contest. We would ask all in attendance now to please stand, rise, and join us for the national anthem with the presentation of the flag and colors by the Taunton Junior Air Force ROTC under the guidance of Major Anderson and Staff Sergeant LaPlante, and the national anthem by the Taunton High School Marching Band under the direction of Mr. James Fry. The Blue Bombardiers under the direction of head coach Michael Strachan, while your Tigers head coach Mr. Brad Sidwell.
And welcome back to the Alexio Stadium booth here at Taunton High School for today's afternoon matchup between the Attleboro Blue Bombardiers and your Taunton High School Tigers. Once again, I'm Brett Schaves alongside my colleagues Nick Notarangelo and Jack Ryan as we're getting set for kickoff here. Tigers coming in this game at 1-2. Attleboro coming in at 2-1 as they go for a squib kicks to start it off to the left side. It's going to be recovered by Taunton, stuffed around the 35-yard line, and Taunton's going to start it out with a nice shallow start and be close to the 50 for their first set of downs. That was number 15, Colby Briggs, for the kickoff.
Taunton's coming in right now, 1-2, looking to bounce back after a loss at Mansfield last time out.
So here we go. Tigers coming in for the first set of downs with number 10, Trent Santos, at the command of this offense.
Number 10, Trent Santos leading the Tiger offense onto the field.
Shotgun formation is starting number 5, Josh Lopes, the hefty running back, is going to be starting out right next to Santos. Danny McDougall, the junior, co-captain this team with Kurt Marshall, who's going to be starting out on the outside at wide receiver. Santos slings it outside, tries to get it to number 8 there. That was Kendrick Santos. And it's going to be incomplete for 2nd and 10 coming up.
Good sign on that side of the field is number 1, Javon Franklin, seeing him back out there. Another good option for Santos to go to alongside Kedrick here to his left. So good to see Javon back out there.
So starting at center tonight is the senior Hussein Kassab. Switching out after Tommy Ambrose was swapped out from center. So Kassab will be taking the snaps so far for the offensive line. 2nd and 10. In the shotgun formation again. 2 set out to the right, 1 to the left. Motion, Danny McDougall. Jet sweep, gives it to McDougall. He's going to be stuffed. And McDougall's going to be down on the ground. Looks like an injury right here to McDougall on his arm. And they're going to be taking an injury timeout for McDougall.
That was a good read by number 57, Qualeen Charles from Attleboro, able to stop from getting over the line of scrimmage.
So McDougall is down and on the ground. Appears to be grabbing the collarbone area. And not a good sign for this Tiger offense. We're going to be taking another injury timeout here. Wishing the speedy recovery for Danny. Guys, as we're in this injury timeout here, let's talk about the Attleboro defense here. Complete shutout, 28-0 against the Oliver Ames Tigers coming into this game. How does that sort of momentum and transition coming into tonight's game going to affect the Taunton High style of offense and their play of game?
Well, let's first start off with the noticeable size difference by Attleboro. Coming in number 57, Qualeen Charles. He's checking in at 6'5", 335 pounds. He's a senior, noticeably bigger than anyone else on the field, and so is all of Attleboro's defense. Compared to Taunton High, and I think that's really going to play a big factor in this game.
Well, Attleboro has given up just 19 points this year. As you said, they're coming off of a shutout against OA. They're looking good on the defensive side. It's just a matter of whether they can get their offense going.
So 2nd and 14, loss of 4 on the last play. Santos still under center. Shotgun formation, 3 set out to the right. Santos drops back. He's going to look for a receiver. Does not go. He's going to try to run it up. And he's probably going to gain a yard of 1 right there. And it's going to be 3rd down.
Really nothing doing there for Santos. He had time. He wasn't really pressured. He just really couldn't find an open receiver. Decided to move it himself.
Short of a 1st down. 4th down and long coming up.
So that was actually 3rd down right there. It'll be 4th and 9 now. Out comes the punt team for the Tigers.
This is not a good start. This is not the start that you want from the Tigers. They haven't really moved the ball much over the first 4 downs. Low punt there.
Ball's fielded at the 35-yard line.
Sammy Moore squirming around for the Blue Bombardiers. Nice tackle there by the Tigers. That's number 3, Michael Coward. Great job by the linebacker right there. Senior, he's been working hard all season, did a nice job against New Bedford in the first home game. Now he's coming out strong against Attleboro to start it off.
Morris was just trying to find a hole right there. He really couldn't do it. He ended up going back down towards his end of the field. Great job by Taunton High to really wrap him up. And Mikey Coward doing a great job on that tackle to stop him from getting any more. Kicking on that play was Everett Ferreira, senior. Had a nice line drive kick.
So here we go. Attleboro offense comes out to start it off. Under command for the Blue Bombardiers is number 5, Michael Streighton Jr. That's the running back right there, actually. Under center is number 17, Jason Ware, the senior. And off the hands of Sammy Morris, it'll be 2nd and 10 coming up.
Taunton High's going to cover that up again. No one was on Morris right there. He's right open right up the middle. Nobody on him. He just missed the pass, but no coverage on him there.
2nd and 10 coming up. Strachan Jr. set in the backfield. Sammy Ware under snap.
Number 17, quarterback Jason Weir under center.
Jason Ware, I should say. Ware hands it off to Strachan. Strachan to try to find a hole up to the right side. He's going to be tackled again by Michael Coward. It's going to be 3rd down.
So far, the run defense has looked pretty good for this Tiger defense.
Definitely improved from Mansfield, Durfee, New Bedford. They've been running all over this Tiger defense. Notably, especially Nigel Palmer in this first game against New Bedford. He was running all over the Tiger offense. Jet sweeps, stretch runs, runs up the middle. I mean, every run that you named it in the playbook, Taunton High just wasn't picking it up, and unfortunately it resulted in a couple losses for the Tigers. And
Well, Nigel Palmer, a versatile back. It looks like Attleboro is lacking that so far. So Tigers hoping that it stays that way.
Ware takes the snap, drops back. He's going to try to throw to his left, and it's going to be incomplete. Justin Daniels was the intended receiver on that play, and it's going to be 4th down for the Blue Bombardiers.
Once again, Attleboro going right up the middle, open, nobody there. Number 1, Javon Franklin should have been in on that play and on the coverage. Just went right off his hands, incomplete.
I have no signal from you right now, so you got to get closer to the Taunton High bench. We have a punt here, punt.
So Blue Bombardiers set to punt it away to the Tigers. Devontae McPhail in the backfield for the Tigers, ready to receive the punt. Dropped. That's a muffed punt. Blue Bombardiers may have the ball.
That was Kurt Marshall set up to receive that punt. It seemed like it just dropped right in front of him.
The Tigers get it back.
Wow. Tiger special teams cover up.
So a catch of luck there for the Tiger special teams.
Offense back to the field for the 2nd time.
So good job there by Kurt Marshall to grab it back for the Tigers. Not Devontae McPhail. So Trent Santos back out in command for the Tigers for their 2nd set of downs here. Josh Lopes in the backfield. Hands it off to Lopes. Tries to find a hole up the middle. He's going to be stuffed. And it's going to be a gain of about 1 there. It'll be 2nd down coming up.
Just noticing on the sidelines, number 13, Danny McDougall, has taken off his pads. So it seems like he's going to be out for a little bit in this game after an injury on that first play. So that's a big loss to the Tigers, both on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side. He's a very versatile player, plays all around the field. So we'll see how Taunton High does without him these next couple drives.
Well, McDougall is coming off of a broken wrist injury that he suffered in the spring. It would stink to see him get hurt again. I mean, such a great player for this Tiger team. It's based around McDougall. I mean, you can't do much without him, so we'll see how Taunton lasts without their star.
2nd down and 9. They hand it to Lopes again. He's going to be stuffed.
Lopes again on the carry for the Tigers.
And it's going to be 3rd down coming up. No gain on the play.
It seems like Attleboro's defensive line is just unstoppable. I mean, the size just overpowers the small running backs that Taunton is trying to use here.
Yeah, Taunton, I mean, out of their running backs, whether it's McPhail or Heggs or Lopes, they're using Lopes, the biggest one. He's 5'10", 182, but, I mean, it still doesn't compare to the size of Attleboro's defense.
So 39, Santos drops back. Trying to find a hole. He's going to run. Tries to get the 1st down. He's going to be tackled. He's going to be tackled right around the 32-yard line. And it's going to be 4th down again for the Tigers, their 2nd, 3rd, and out of the game.
Well, we have not seen them throw the ball since the first play of the game. We should probably, it's a good assumption to see that we'll be seeing some of that soon.
Number 11, Everett Ferreira. Back to kick for Taunton.
So Everett Ferreira set to punt it away here to the Blue Bombardiers. And punt is away. Fair
Pretty
catch
good
called by
punt.
Sammy Morris.
It's a pretty good punt by
Sammy
Everett
Morris.
Ferreira there.
With the
Definitely a
fair
good
catch,
kick
Attleboro
there.
will head back on offense for the 2nd.
Tigers have been using him for a couple of years as a little bit of a place kicker position. I remember he had the big field goal 2 years ago to beat Brockton It's a great kick by Everett Ferreira. So they've been using him on the lack of kickers this year and the past year.
So here comes Jason Ware and the Blue Bombardier offense once again. Strachan set in the backfield. Heavy set in the offensive line. 2 tight ends set. He's going to hand it off to Strachan to the outside. Tries to find a hole on the stretch. And it's going to be a nice tackle there by number 8, Kendrick Santos.
I'll tell you, when Strachan gets going, he's going to be a hard guy to tackle. He's just big, and with that kind of size, it takes a while for an 18-wheeler to stop, opposed to a smart car. You need more brake time. So he's going to be hard to take down when he's really getting moving.
Yeah, Strachan is a lofty back. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of him today from the backfield.
It's number 2, Justin Daniels. Number 5, Ethan Cameron. Set on the outside for the Blue Bombardiers. Motion set up for Strachan. Ware takes the snap to be a direct snap. Tries to find a hole in the QB run, and it's going to be about a 1-yard gain, maybe no gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd down.
Number 1, Javon Franklin leading the way for the Tiger D with the tackle.
So no gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Blue Bombardiers.
We are through over half of the first quarter and are yet to see a first down in this game.
Definitely a slow start to this afternoon action. Ware rolls out, tries to get it to one of his receivers. Did he get his feet down? That was a great haul in by Justin Daniels. Did he get his feet down? No, he did not. Refs are saying incomplete pass, and it's going to be a 4th and 5 for the Blue Bombardiers coming up.
Well, that was a great read by Kendrick Santos off the line. He saw the snap coming, and he applied pressure to Ware, caused him to roll out to his right and rush the pass.
So the Blue Bombardiers set it to punt it away for the 2nd time. Kurt Marshall in the backfield again. And the punt is away, a little bit of a squirmish punt. And Marshall's going to let it go over to about the 15-yard line. Going to keep going. And well, it turned out to be a squirmish punt, actually with some decent chunky yards that the Blue Bombardiers set the Taunton Tigers back. They're going to be starting around the 13-yard line for this set of downs. Not looking good for this offense so far.
I wonder if all that was going through Marshall's head was that last play as he lets that ball go. He doesn't want to go take a step for it like last time, let it drop in front of him as he touches it. So, being a little more cautious there, Kurt Marshall. Ends up in a little loss of yards for the Tigers.
Well, I don't blame him for that play. It just results in a 50-yard punt.
So here we go, Tiger offense back on the field. One notable player for this Attleboro defense, number 71, Alvin Harrison Jr., sophomore playing defensive end. Strong player coming on the outside. Here's Trent Sanders going to be swinging out to Lopes. Lopes finds another hole. He's going to try to swing it out to the outside. He'll get a gain of about 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
To the right side for a short game. Ball spots on the 15-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
So 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 8 with 4:32 left and counting down in this first quarter action. Josh Lopes set in the backfield. Santos and shotgun. Gives it to Lopes. Finds a nice hole at the middle. Stuffed in the middle, and it's going to be a fumble.
Oh, Lopes just got demolished. What a hit. I believe that hit might have come from Ethan Cameron.
And after a turnover,
So Qualeen Charles was on the recovery. So the Blue Bombardiers now have the ball.
number
But
57.
Josh Lopes got absolutely stuffed on that play. You could see his head get rocked.
Well, Ethan Cameron, the senior captain, just came in, dropped a shoulder, and caught a body on that one. I mean, there's nothing you could really do about that. great field position for the Bombardiers offense now.
So back to the sidelines here. Danny McDougal now getting bandaged up. So it looks like he may or may not be out for the rest of this game. Not looking good for the junior co-captain here as we started off with a first down for the Blue Bombardiers. A snap to Jason Ware, and it's going to be second down for a loss here.
So far in this game, Taunton High doing a great job to contain the run so far. Attleboro not really going to the pass so often here in the first, but I've been impressed with Taunton High's run defense so far.
Second down. Ware. Another direct snap. He's going to try to take it in. And it looks like Ware's going to first down here for the Blue Bombardiers, I should say. And it's going to be first and goal.
Well, one thing that has been clear so far is Attleboro's physicality. I mean, they're beating up on this Tiger team right now.
Is that our first down of the day?
That is our first down of the day.
On the board.
So here we go. First and goal for the Blue Bombardiers. Ware at the snap, hands it off to Strachan. Nice little head first dive play for Strachan. And it'll be a gain of about 1 or 2 yards there for a second down.
Great tackle by senior number 52, Jackson Wellman. Ran right into his arms. Great job wrapping him up, bringing him to the ground.
So about 2:40 left in this first quarter. Only one first down in the first 12 minutes here. And Blue Bombardiers are rushing down the field, maybe for the first score of this game. Hand off to Strachan again. Misses the tackle. Is he in? He is in for the touchdown. Michael Strachan for the first score of this game. And the Blue Bombardiers take the first lead of this 4 o'clock game.
Well, Strachan showed his athleticism there. He was able to avoid a couple tackles and sneak right in for the 6-point score.
So number 66, Jordan Manning, was on the missed tackle there. So it's Strachan to dive into the end zone and get the first 6 points of the game. And the kick is up and good. Nice hold there by number 2, Justin Daniels. And it'll be a 7-0 lead to close out some of the minutes in this first quarter for the Blue Bombardiers.
Colby Briggs did the kicking duties to convert the extra point on that one.
So, guys, 7-0 downfall right now for the Tigers. What do you think they need to do to come back and maybe score some points and probably maybe get some momentum going here?
Oh, right now, I think it's a little bit too early to switch things up, especially on the offensive game plan. They've been giving the ball to Lope so far, and it hasn't really been working. But, I think they can still really push through that. And I think they got to utilize option number 8, Kedrick Santos. He's a versatile option on the right side and can really change this game.
Well, we haven't seen much of the wideouts so far. We've mainly just seen the Attleboro defense just smothering on the line of scrimmage. So hopefully something changes on this drive late in the first quarter.
Brings the ball out across the 35-yard line.
So Kerr Marshall on that return there. That's going to be taken up to what appears to be the 38-yard line. And it'll be a fresh set of downs for the Tigers. So here we go, Tiger offense back out on the field. Trent Santos still under command with Danny McDougal set on the sidelines. Bandaged up with some ice on his left shoulder.
Ball spots on the 38-yard line. First down and 10 for the Tigers.
First and 10 for the Tigers. Santos drops back. Lopes throws a block, tries to get it out to his man. That's number 1 right there. That's Javon Franklin. He's going to pick up a first down. Nice job by the number 10, number 1 duo. And the Tigers pick up a nice chunk of yards there.
Attleboro was pressuring Santos there. Santos had a good job snapping it off to Franklin and just getting down the first down.
Well, Santos noticed the blitz from Attleboro and was able to, like you said, swing it over to Franklin for the first down.
So 2 wide receivers set on both sides for the Tigers. Shotgun formation. Santos drops back, rolls out to his left, tries to find an open lane. Missed sack there by number 17. He's going to roll to his right. He's going to try to gain some sort of yardage. And just off the hands there of his wide receiver. That's number 2, Bretton Heggs, for the intended target. And it's going to be second down for the Tigers.
Santos was able to escape the pressure. He rolled out to his right, had an open receiver, just a little too high for Heggs. You know, Santos is forced to go out of the shotgun formation. I mean, he can't go directly under center due to the fact that Attleboro's gigantic offensive line is just taking over.
Ball
Defensive line is
46
taking
yard
over.
line.
So here we go. 2nd and 10 for the Tigers. Shotgun formation once again. Hands it off to Lopes. Lopes finds a nice little hole there. It'll be a gain of about 3.
Josh Lopes on the
It's
carry
going to be
for
3rd down and
Tigers.
7 coming up for the Tiger offense.
Ball spot on the 43-yard line. Clock still running. Under 1 minute remaining.
So under 1 minute
Tiger
now.
offense on the move.
Tigers maybe under a 1 minute drill in this first quarter. Maybe playing a conservative, trying to play to the second quarter action. Santos a little confused on the play, looking back for Coach Sidwell. Shotgun formation again. 2 wide receivers set on each side. Santos gets the snap. He's going to roll out to his left. He'll try to find an open lane. He's going to run it. Nice stuff there by Strachan right there in the defense. And it is going to be, looks like a 4th down for the Tigers.
Smart play by Santos there to recognize the coverage and just take it himself. Realized he had no other options there, just gain a couple yards himself.
So it looks like the Tigers are going to go for it here on 4th down.
I like this play call by this Tiger offense. I mean, you're not getting much going. You have pretty good field position. Even if you don't get it,
36-yard line.
you might as well just go for
10
it.
seconds remaining. Last play of the first quarter.
So it actually was a change in downs. It is 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Heggs tries to stuff the run there. It's going to be a gain of about 3 or 4 yards. And with that, it'll close out the first quarter.
Takes it down to the 30-yard
Going into the
line
second
in the
quarter, the Blue Bombardiers have a lead of 7-0. Guys, what have you seen that you liked, don't like? What do you think Taunton's doing right now? What do you think they need to improve on?
Well, what I just noticed on that last play, Taunton and I just implemented Bretton Heggs into the offense on the running back side of the ball. You know, they've been sticking with Josh Lopes mainly in this game. Usually early in this season, they've been switching between, you know, whether it's a matchup of Elijah Marshall, Brett Heggs, Lopes, and McPhail. Today they've been sticking with Lopes and seeing what he's been doing, so I was excited to see Heggs in there for that last play.
Well, after 1 quarter, I think the big difference maker is the Attleboro defensive line. Can you contain that defensive line? That's what it all comes back to. That's how you'll get your yards.
So, switching sides here to begin the second quarter and a fresh set of 12 minutes. Ball be placed on the 31-yard line for the Tigers. And they're rolling with a heavy set of steam. And the run game's working really well for them so far. Nice 1-2 punch between Heggs and Josh Lopes to start.
Haven't really started the pass game, only that one completion to Javon Franklin for a nice yardage. But other than that, Santos really not firing at his options too much.
So on other things, tonight at Lexia Stadium is Breast Cancer Awareness Night for Taunton High School. Kids in the jungle as well as the cheerleaders and some of the players have been wearing pink to support breast cancer awareness nationwide.
I've been seeing a lot of neon today, too. Have you been seeing that? Like
yeah.
neon orange.
Second down and 5 play coming up.
So here we go, 2nd and 5. He tosses out to his right. It's going to be Elijah Marshall in the swing play. And it's going to be
Number 20,
Looks like third down and short. And it actually is going to move the chains. It will be a 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Nice pickup there by Elijah Marshall.
Good screen pass there by Santos to get it to Marshall. Able to get the yards for the first down. Just outside the red zone now.
Play took 5 seconds in the making. So Brett Hegg setting the shotgun formation with Trent Santos. 2 wide receivers set up to the left, 2 to the right. Elijah Marshall set up in the slot. Hands it off to Heggs. And he's going to be stuffed for no gain there. It's going to be 2nd down coming up for the Tigers.
Number 63, Chris Leonardo, leading the way for the Attleboro defense.
The last time Taunton defeated Attleboro was 2012 on a 40-34 thriller victory. Since then, Attleboro has won 7 straight.
That is definitely not a record that Taunton is proud of. So 2nd down. Santos keeps it to himself. He is slung there by number 57. I don't know what that was there. A little bit of unnecessary roughness there, personal conduct, but that was not the most moral play that you can pull off in football.
Kaleem Charles really just trying to show off his size out there and intimidate Taunton, I think. Throwing Santos to the ground right there. Certainly wasn't a good sportsmanship play, but I think he's just trying to intimidate Taunton High.
I would agree. So 3rd and 13 on a loss of 3. Santos deep in the shotgun. Hegg set to his left. 2 wide receivers set on each side. Drops back. Nice blitz rush there by Attleboro. He's going to throw it up in the air for Javon Franklin, and he's going to miss him a couple inches wide, and it'll be incomplete for 4th and 13.
4th down play.
Well, it looks like they might be going for it. Talking it over right now.
So it looks like they are going to go for it on a 4th and 15. Interesting call by Coach Sidwell. Looks like they're going with this all-or-nothing mentality, especially with this strong and hard-going Attleboro offense that's come out quite hefty in the beginning quarters of this game.
I also think Sidwell is pretty comfortable right here with the field position that Taunton High is at right now. Ball's around the 30-yard line. So, they give it up, not too big a deal.
Yeah, 46-yard field goal is a little long.
So here we go, 4th and 15. Motion set for Elijah Marshall. Bunch formation to the left, 1 receiver set to the right. Santos drops back, blitz. Misses 1 tackle. Once again, Kaleem Charles throws him to the ground. And it's going to be a conversion on downs here. And Attleboro is going to pick up where Taunton left off.
So that's been a big problem Taunton's had for the first 3 weeks of the game is controlling the pressure around their quarterback and really containing him in that pocket. Already tonight, Santos has been sacked 3 times. I think it was week 1, McDougal was sacked 7 times in a night. Taunton High really has to show up and show up against this big Attleboro defensive line.
Well, Kaleem Charles is easily the biggest guy on the field. And so far, there's no stopping him.
So here we go. Jason Ware setting the shotgun with Michael Strachan set to his right. Motion. Keeps it for himself. Digs in his shoulder to the Taunton D line. He's going to be set back just a little bit. And it'll be 2nd down for the Blue Bombardiers. So Taunton High's defense has been holding their ground in these opening quarters. Even though they've let up 7 points, they've still been doing really well with the run game as opposed to other games this season.
Yards on that last carry will bring up 2nd
So a
down.
3-yard gain on that play. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Blue Bombardiers.
10 minutes till the half.
Ware getting ready for the snap. Motion again for Cameron, number 5. He's going to direct hand it off to Strachan. He's going to be set up for a loss. Nice job there by Kurt Marshall and the D crew. And it'll be 3rd down and long coming up for the Blue Bombardiers.
Kendrick Santos. Third down play
Well,
coming
the
up.
defensive line and the blitz was able to read that run very well. They saw the motion. They saw it was being handed off to Strachan. Great stop there.
So here we go. 3rd and 6 coming up for the Bombardiers. Where? Is at the snap. Blitz formation. Here comes the blitz. He's going to have to throw it away. That's a garbage pass. Flag thrown. Late hit on Ware.
Out of bounds.
Crowd not happy with it. Santos and number 52 on the play. That Jackson Wellman were on the blitz on Ware.
It's going to go on the Tigers.
Looks like it's going to be a roughing the passer call here.
So after a great job of showing pressure and getting him to throw that ball away, it's going to be all for naught.
That penalty was on Kedrick Santos, who was visibly upset. And I don't know if I agree with that call, but it leads to an Attleboro first down.
So here we go. They move the chains here. Ball spotted at the 40-yard line for the Blue Bombardiers.
That penalty assessed again for Tiger Deal. Push Attleboro forward.
As I said earlier, this defensive line, a couple change of players, with Andrew Blank and Jackson Wellman showing some great presence so far in this game and doing a great job as Strachan runs it right up the middle. He's going to gain about 6 on this play. And it's going to be a second of about 4 for the Bombardiers.
Number 52, Jackson Wellman, emerging for the Tiger D with the tackle.
So 6 minutes, 8 seconds remaining in the opening half at Alexia Stadium here at Taunton High School. 7-0.
Ball just inside the 40-yard line. Second down and 5 play coming up.
Where hands it off to Strachan. He's going to convert on downs here, and it's going to move the chains again.
First down.
Nice job by the Blue Bombardiers here. And with 7:50 remaining in the first half, Bombardiers are marching down the field.
Ball spots on the 34-yard line.
So here we go, 34-yard line for Jason Ware and the Bombardiers. Hands it off to Strachan, and he's stuffed. No, it's missed there. Ware keeps it for himself.
Wow, that was a
Number 17,
great fake by Ware.
Great fake, fooled all of us up here.
Woodenley Danger was in. He thought he had the easy loss on Michael Strachan. He blew through the Attleboro offensive line and realized Strachan didn't have the ball.
Carries the ball
So a
down,
great
25
misdirection
yard
there by
line.
the
Second down and
Bombardiers. They're going to
short
be marching
play
down the
coming up.
field on a second and short here of about 1 yard. 2 wide receivers set to the left side for Ware. Strachan again in the backfield, takes the snap. Going to hand it off to Strachan to the right side again. Nice job by the number 7 there.
Strachan on
Hefty
the
back.
carry
He's going
around
to move
right
the chains
side.
for another
That'll be
first
good for
down,
Attleboro,
marching
first
in the
down.
red zone.
Strachan right now is getting a little momentum behind him as he gets, carry after carry, beating up this Taunton High defense. The defense, you can see they're getting tired, and Strachan's only getting stronger.
So here we go. 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 25, just outside the red zone here.
Third quarter's a mess. Whoever hasn't done anything is
Ball spots on the 17.
Ware in the shotgun to the right side is Strachan Jr. Hand off to the left side. He's going to find a nice hole, and he's stuffed. Great job there by
Number
Javon
1,
Franklin on the tackle.
coming up for the
And that's going to be a
Tigers with
second
the big
down
stick on
for the
defense.
Bombardiers.
Second down after a short carry.
.557 left in the first half. So here we go, 2nd and 7. Ware set, ready to receive the snap. Strachan in the backfield. Swing pass over there for Cameron. It's actually more of a jet sweep. And it's going to be just short
Number 5, Ethan
of
Cameron
the first
with
down.
the carry.
And then it'll be a third down coming up for the Bombardiers.
So the last time we saw a third down, we did see a big penalty back on Attleboro's own side of their field. And it looks like an Attleboro player is injured.
It's going to be number 5.
Number
Cameron
88.
went down on the play. He went down kind of fast and kind of violently after the play.
So Ethan Cameron down on the plays, played a very
And we do
proficient
have a
role
player
in
down on the field.
jet sweeps and playing a slot kind of position for this Bombardier offense. So you hate to see another player down and injured. It's the second player in this game going along with McDougal. And we'll take another injury timeout in the first half.
Well, Cameron, the senior captain, obviously a big impact that this may make on this Attleboro team.
And a nice round of applause for that young man as he heads off the field.
So Ethan Cameron taking over the sidelines. And we are ready to rock and roll once again. 3rd and 1. Ball spotted at the 7-yard line of the Tigers.
Ball on the 7-yard line, third down and short.
Big stop coming up here for the Tigers. Trying to avoid the
And a
2-score
timeout on the
deficit.
field, 5:04
And Attleboro's going to take their
remaining
first
till the
timeout
half.
here in the
Fans,
first
a
half.
reminder, the Tigers Snack Shack, run by the Taunton High School Football Boosters, is open.
So, guys, what are we seeing and what are we predicting for this Taunton
Down
High
to the south end
defense
zone.
and what they need to do to come up with a big stop here and
Hamburgers,
avoid
hot
the
dogs.
second score?
Cold drinks.
Well, right now, I mean, you have a 3rd and
all
short
available for your
for this
snack
Attleboro
needs.
team.
Please head down to the
You could
Snack
go for
Shack.
3, but with this Attleboro offense, I think they may go for it if they don't get it on the 3rd down. So Taunton's going to have to come up big a couple times here.
You know, what's scary to me is Strachan Jr., who's showed so much power and so much strength here tonight. He really has shown he has no problem getting through that Taunton defensive line. So they really got to show up here, especially at the goal line here. A big drive, keeping them within 1 score.
Strachan Jr.'s definitely been a big presence in this offense so far. Left, right, up the middle, swing, you name it. He's been all over the place in this playbook for the Attleboro Bombardiers here. So here we go. 3rd and short. Ware keeps it for himself, fakes the handoff to Strachan. Nice little stiff arm there, and he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Bombardiers.
And number 17,
That is
Jason
not
Weir.
what you are looking for
Ball's
if you're
on number
the Tigers
quarterback
right now.
carry.
You're down 2 scores
Into
with
the
under
end zone
5 minutes
for a
remaining in the
touchdown,
first
Attleboro.
half. The only thing you can really do is try and score before the break.
Yeah, you know, Taunton High defense early on in this game did a good job of slowing down the Attleboro offense. But lately in these past couple minutes here, it seems like they've taken off and gotten a lot of momentum behind them, pushing them towards this game, something Taunton's got to limit if they want to stay in this game.
So extra point coming up here for Colby Briggs, the junior.
He had a nice kick last time.
And it looked like there was some movement there.
Flag down on the play. Nick,
And-
I believe you're right.
Yeah, it's going to go on Attleboro. It's going to be a false start.
We're on the school. We won't be on the school.
Holder Justin Daniels a little confused as to what's going on here. Went over to talk over to head coach Michael Strachan Jr., or senior, I should say. His son's the running back here, Michael Strachan Jr.
I did not even notice that.
Yeah, head coach Michael Strachan Sr.
Still confused on the call. Head coach Strachan coming out to talk to the ref.
So it looks like they're going to redo the PAT attempt here. Colby Briggs setting to tee off. Justin Daniels, the holder here. Strachan, the long snap.
Oh, that penalty actually went on the Tigers. It was an offsides.
So the kick is up, and it is good right through the posts. and it's going to be a 14-0 lead for this Bombardier offense heading into the final minutes of this first half.
So 5 minutes here left in the half. Taunton High's got to get something going quick to stay in this game. Being down 14 at the half is not something that you want to do, especially when you're being shut out. It's definitely just detrimental to the offense. So they got to turn something around here quick in this second half.
Well, 8 straight losses to an Attleboro team is not what you want. So hopefully we'll see a little bit of a comeback here. That would be sweet.
So Briggs setting to kick it away here for the Bombardiers. Devontae McPhail in the backfield getting ready to return for the Tigers. And we are underway. Squib kick once again. Almost muffed there by Lopes. He's going to be stuffed. Maybe a forced fumble. Nope. And he's going to be down just around the 25-yard line, and that will be where the Tigers reside for maybe their final set of downs in this first half.
I'll tell you, Lopes was still getting control of that ball when he was hit there. I had a good feeling he was going to lose that ball once again. Nothing on him. I just really didn't think he had possession when he got hit. And good job holding on.
So here we go. Tigers down 2 scores going into the final minutes of this first half. Run game looking a little shaky to start it off here as this Attleboro defensive line has been stellar between Qualeem Charles and number 17, Jason Ware, playing on the line as well, and linebacker.
The ball will spot on the 28-yard line where the Tiger offense will take over. First down and 10.
Here we go. Santos under center. In the backfield is Lopes. He's going to hand it off. And it's going to be a gain of maybe 1 yard there at most.
Lopes on the carry
It'll
for
be
Taunton.
second and about 9 here for the Tigers.
This Taunton High offense is getting almost predictable, doing the same thing almost every set of downs, and you can see Attleboro's really trying to pick up on it right now, and they have been.
Well, it seems like Taunton's game plan is always the same. I'd say about 80% of their plays are rushes. And I'd say that would allow Attleboro to predict what exactly Taunton's doing. I mean, there's not much variety, so.
I mean, it's a very West Coast style offense. You're featuring your quarterback almost 95% of the plays. You're running up the middle, running outside a lot of the time. Not many plays up in the air. I mean, you're almost looking like the 49ers here. They do this 90% of the time. Santos drops back, looks out to his right. That's number 2 there, Bretton Heggs.
Santos' pass to Bretton Heggs.
I believe he's going to be just short of the first down.
So it'll be 3rd and 2 here. Ball spotted at the 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36-yard line. 3rd down and short coming up.
Let's see what Santos and the offense come up with here. Try to convert. Shotgun formation. Bunch formation to his left. Hands off to Lopes. Fumble.
Oh, my goodness.
So a tough break for the Tigers once again. Stuffed, forced fumble, recovery by Attleboro. Rinse, wash, repeat.
Lopes with his second turnover of the day, loses the ball in there. He never really got it out of the hands of Santos. He just kind of went to grab it. I feel like it just kind of hit him in the chest before he grabbed it with his arms. Just went straight to the ground. Great job by Attleboro to just jump on top for the ball. And a tough break for Taunton High, especially down 2 scores here late in the first.
Well, it looked like they didn't even know the play call there. I mean, Santos went to hand it off to Lopes, and Lopes wasn't even looking. Lopes was looking to block, and it hit off of him and slipped out of the hands of Santos, and Nolan Yeager picked it up. Great awareness from Attleboro. But that's not what you want to see.
So here we go, shotgun formation for Ware. We have an audible call here. Motion for Sammy Morris. He'll set up on the right side now. Strachan in the backfield. Flag thrown. Fake to where he's going to roll out, tries to get a direct snap going, and he's going to be
Clear on the carry.
shoved maybe for no gain, maybe a little bit of a loss there.
There is,
Now let's see
however,
what
a
the flag
on
is
the
here
play.
by the refs.
Well, the Tigers dug themselves into a hole where it looks like they may be going down 3 possessions if Attleboro is able to come away with a score here in the final 3 minutes of the first half.
Yeah, Taunton High's really game plan here in the later minutes of this second quarter have gone from trying to cut this down to a 1-score game to trying to keep this a 2-score game as they move to the defensive side of the ball.
So not the ideal start you want in this first half. It's going to be a big set of responsibilities for this Tigers defense and the Tiger offense trying to stay into this game going into the second half.
I believe there was an illegal formation on Attleboro from the motion from Sammy Morris.
Ball pushed back to the 36
So here we go. 2 receivers set out to the right. Strachan in the backfield with Ware. Rolls out to his right. Blitz from the Tigers. Nice job by Jackson Wellman on the blitz right there. And it's going to be 3rd down and 11 coming up in incompletion.
3rd down play.
So here we go. 3rd and long for the Blue Bombardiers. Strachan throws a block. Ware throws it outside to Sammy Morris. Runs to the outside. Tries to find a little bit of a cut move there. And he's going to fall short quite a bit of the 1st down. And it'll be 4th down and long for Attleboro.
That Attleboro pass is complete. But number 6,
Now we're going to see, do you go for it with the field position you have, or do you go for a short punt?
I think we're going to have to wait till after the 2-minute warning here. No 2-minute warning in the first half in high school. I forgot about that one. It's only in the second half.
To run under 2 minutes left in the half.
So go pod that.
I think it might have been the fact that I mentioned the 49ers ago. I'm all out of whack.
Fans, put your hands together.
So here we go, 4th and 9. Blue Bombardiers going for it here. Strachan set to the right of Jason Ware, and Coach Strachan Sr. is going to call a timeout here. Look things
And a
over.
timeout on the field, 1:36 remaining.
Well, if we see this Tiger team go down by 3 scores going into the second half, we might be able to put this thing to bed. So we need to hope for a big stop and hope Attleboro doesn't get 9 yards here if the Tigers want to come away with a win.
It's very possible you see Ware throw it to the air here. Strachan's been good, but I don't know if he's that good to move at 9 yards to move the chains here. What do we think?
Right now, I mean, we haven't seen many big plays besides, I think the longest play was the penalty. So I think Taunton's going to be okay here.
Strachan Sr. still talking over with his team. So here we go. Blue Bombardiers back on the field for 4th and 9. Ball spotted at the 33. And Jason Ware trying to lead his team to maybe a 3rd score and a 21-0 shutout against the Tigers. Ware drops back. Looks for his receiver there. Miscommunication between Ware and Daniels.
Pass intended for number 2,
And the pass going to be incomplete, maybe intercepted by Kerr Marshall.
And the Tiger defense holds.
Just missed wide of his hands, and it's going to be 1st
1:32
down and 10
remaining
for
to
the
the half,
Tigers.
and the offense back on the field.
And guys, it looks like there's a balloon on the field. Over to the right by the 10-yard line of the Blue Bombardiers. There's a balloon on the field. So here we go, Santos. Set the shotgun once again. 2 wide receivers set out to each side. Big stand up to Lopes, throws it over to Santos. Santos going to find a first down and more. Nice cut there by Santos. He's going to get to the 40, 30, 20. He's going to miss a tackle. Strachan, nice job there. Just gets the tackle on Santos and a nice big play and check the yards for the Tigers. It's going to be a first and goal right around the 10-yard line.
I'll tell you, that type of play right there is exactly what the Tigers needed right here at this moment in this game, giving them a little momentum moving into the second half.
Well, I was just about to say, you had 90 seconds to get down the field. That'll get you down the field.
So here we go, first and goal for the Tigers at the 16-yard line.
On the move. A little over a minute remaining. Ball on the 16-yard line.
So they're just outside the red zone here.
Slide over Ryan until down. There you go. Slide over more. Right there.
Santos keeps it for himself, trying to find another escape route. And it's going to be maybe a loss of 1 there. Yeah, with under 40 seconds here, it's going to be second down.
Well, you have Attleboro's gigantic defensive line. Why not do what you just did and throw the ball?
I mean, it'd be the logical thing to do.
Well, they lost 4 yards on that play, and it's going to be set up from the right hash mark.
So here we go, 2nd and 10, ball spot at the 20 now. 2nd and 13, actually. Shotgun formation once again. 2 wide receivers set out to the left, 1 to the right. Santos drops back, blitz. Almost sacked there, tries to miss the sack, and Colleen Charles once again. Big play for the Bombardiers on the defensive side. And it's going to be a 3rd down and long here for the Tigers.
28 seconds remaining. The Tigers call a timeout. You're getting pushed out of field goal range at this point.
Yeah, that was a big sack there for Attleboro, taking Taunton a little bit more out of the offensive position that they have. They only got 28 seconds here to move. They got about 23 yards to go.
So with 28 seconds left, Tigers trying to find their first score of the game. If you don't convert here on 3rd down, guys, do you go for the field goal or do we go for the touchdown and try to finish it up in the first half?
Well, right now I think you got to go for it, considering it's a 43-yard field goal. That's not exactly the easiest field goal in high school.
Ball on the 35-yard line.
I'd agree. I'd say a field goal's a little too long to go for right now.
So here we go, shotgun formation. Heggs in the backfield with Santos. 1 wide receiver set on each side. Dual tight end set. Santos drops back, rolls to his left, tries to find an open man. And he's going to be swung around by Qualim Charles and sacked for the 4th time.
Number 57.
Missed block there by number 80, Nate Arrieta on the left side tight end. Really drew the pressure for Attleboro, had Santos scrambling out of the pocket and led to the sack. Another one for Attleboro Bombardiers.
Qualim Charles with what I believe is his 3rd sack of the first half. 15 seconds left. It's a 4th and 25. You've been pushed out of field goal range at this point. There's not much you can do. At this point, you might as well go for it and then put the first half to bed.
I mean, at this point, Coach Sidwell's pretty much forced to throw the ball with Santos. I don't know what else you can do here. I mean, Lopes only has so many abilities, as well as Heggs and other backs in the backfield. I mean, there's only so much you can do here at the 25-yard line with 4th down. So the offense is going to go for it. 4th and 25. Spotted at the 33.
Ball on the 33-yard line.
14-0. Blue Bombardiers. Under 20 seconds.
Coming up, 15
Here's the play. Shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers set on each side. Elijah Marshall on the slot, watch out for him. Santos drops back, another blitz again. Rolls out to his right. Juke move, tries to roll to his left now. Throws it deep to the end zone. Incomplete. Intended target was number 11, Everett Ferreira, the senior. And with 4 seconds left, Taunton comes up short. And Blue Bombardiers will take it over to end this first half.
Yeah, so I think early on in this half, Taunton did a great job controlling the run game. I think just, later towards the second quarter, it got away from them there. And Strachan just really started running all over them. Attleboro still has yet to really establish the pass game. They've thrown a couple passes to Morris and Cameron, but other than that, they really haven't done anything other than give the ball to Strachan and have Ware take it himself down the field.
So with 4 seconds left, Jason Ware for the Blue Bombardiers will take a knee. And that'll end the first 24 minutes of this game. After the first 2 full quarters, 14-0 in favor of Attleboro. Guys, what have you seen so far that both teams have done well, both teams have struggled on, and what could we see possibly early in this second half?
Well, I'll tell you that the size of Attleboro has shown in this game, both on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball. The offensive line and the defensive line are just bigger than Taunton High in controlling this game, getting to the quarterback, controlling the rush, and, giving room for Strachan to get up the middle.
I mean, couldn't have said it better. I think the big component here is the defensive line. Qualeem Charles has been unstoppable so far in this game, and I think if Taunton wants a chance in this one, they have to limit the turnovers because that's what Attleboro is scoring off of. They're scoring off of Taunton's mistakes. If you limit the mistakes, you limit the points that you give up, and you need to capitalize on Attleboro's mistakes.
So into the third quarter, 14-0 in favor of the Attleboro Blue Bombardiers. We'll be right back for more action. And welcome back to Alexio Stadium here at Taunton High School for second half action between the Taunton Tigers and the Attleboro Blue Bombardiers. I'm Brett Shaw, once again joined by Nick Notarangelo and Jack Ryan as Attleboro set to receive, muffs the kick, and luckily receives the ball right after that. Down is number 2 for the Bombardiers. Quickly gets back up, and we're ready to go for the first set of downs for Attleboro.
Well, we do have an update on Danny McDougal, who got injured on the second play of the first drive of the game for the Tigers. He is out for the remainder of the game. It's a precautionary measure for an injured clavicle.
So big loss there for the Tigers. They lose a player both on offense and defense with Danny McDougal. Plays all around the ball.
So here we go, 1st and 10 for Jason Ware and the leading Bombardiers. Strachan takes it right up the middle, stuffed. So defensive line comes out strong to start it off here in the second half. That was Michael Coward on the tackle. And it'll be second and about 12 for Attleboro. 2nd and 11, I should say.
Matched up on the outside. Oh, he just switched sides. Number 88, Angela Blank, was matched up with Kaleem Charles. A little bit of a mismatch.
Running right up the middle, fumble. Taunton's got it. What a play by the Tiger defense. That's a forced fumble and a recovery. Taunton's inside the 50.
It's exactly what Taunton needed right here early in the second half. You know, coming out 2 scores down, they got to come back fast, and what better way to do that with a turnover right here, putting them right in position to score.
Well, Justin Daniels was showing speed on the rush. He got hit from behind. I believe it was by Jordan Manning. The defensive tackle came in from behind and stripped him. Taunton has great field position to get on the board here.
So Taunton's done a great job driving in, forcing the fumble, and making the recovery. Now it's a must-score situation here for the Tigers if they want to stay in this game, down 14-0. So here's Santos and his offense. 2 wide receivers set up on each side. Shotgun formation with Lopes. Javon Franklin set up with the motion. Hands it off right up the middle to Lopes. Nice little dive play right there, and it'll be just short. About a 3rd and 1 situation. 2nd and 1, I should say. My apologies for the Tigers.
You can feel the energy here of the Taunton High as they come out here in this offensive drive. You can feel it as they came out in defense. It's a little bit different games they had in the first half.
So it was actually 2nd and 2 here with the Tiger offense.
Well, that's the longest rush that we've seen so far in this game for this Tiger team. 8 yards from Josh Lopes.
There we go. And there is another balloon on the field. Here we go, shotgun formation once again. Same formation. Elijah Marshall sets the motion. Santos hands it off to Heggs. Runs off to the left side. Tackle from behind, that was number 44 for the Blue Bombardiers. That's Freddie Wheaton. Wheaton's been quite prominent along the edge rush for the Bombardiers today. And he makes another nice tackle there on Heggs.
So the Tigers do get the first down after that one. They are flirting with their first score of the game here.
Ball spots on the 13.
So Tigers will stay in shotgun. Brad Heggs set out to the left once again. Santos takes the snap. Hands it to Heggs again. Short carry this time. Loss of about 1, maybe no gain. It'll be 3rd down coming up for the Tigers.
Number 77, Michael Tamayo. With the
Apologies,
tackle.
2nd and 10.
We'll bring up 2nd down.
So 9:06 left in the 3rd quarter, counting down. Santos calling an audible here. Hags now line up to the right. As Taunton calls their first timeout of the game.
And a timeout on the field at the
Change up things on the offensive side. Sidwell does not seem happy with that play call.
Fans, again, a reminder
Yeah,
that
Sidwell
the
didn't like what he
Tigers
saw out there.
is open
A couple
now
motions,
in
you
the
know,
South
really
End
couldn't
Zone.
get things right. Decided to take the
We
timeout.
support the boosters in the Gridiron Club by heading down there for your early evening snack. Chicken fingers, chicken tenders, hot dogs, cheeseburgers.
So coming up on the schedule here for the Tigers, October 12th, they'll be playing at Oliver Ames, and they're going to be coming back home for King Philip at 5 p.m. here at Alexio Stadium. And then after that, October 25th, they'll be at Franklin. And that'll be the last game of the regular season.
Well, Taunton does end with two tough opponents, King Philip and Franklin, both very tough. The Franklin game being an away game. That's going to be tough to go in their place and come out with a win.
It's going to be definitely a tough last couple games for this Tiger team. Santos screens it outside to Franklin, trying to find his way inside the end zone, but he's slammed to the ground by Jason Ware, linebacker, quarterback here for this team.
Number 17, Jason
And it'll be a
Ware.
3rd-and-9 situation for the Tigers, trying to find their first score of the game.
Jason Ware is one of those rare two-way guys that just are unbelievable on both ends.
So here we go, shotgun formation yet again for the Tigers. Hegg set out to the left. Two wide receivers set to the left, one to the right.
Third down play coming up for the Tigers.
Santos drops back, looks to his left, looks to his right, doesn't find anything, trying to find an open man. He gets it to Hegg, screen to the outside. And it appears he does not get the first down. Clock will keep running, had his knee down before he reached out of bounds. And it looks like the Tigers will go for it here on 4th down.
Well, I like this play call, except for the fact that you're going to be down. I mean, if you kick the field goal, which it looks like the kicking team is coming on, I guess that's a safe bet. You might as well score some points. You score 2 touchdowns, you go up. Colin Noor coming on for the kick. It looks like it's going to be a 26-yarder from the right hash mark.
So here we go.
Special teams back on the field for a
Here's
field goal
Colin
attempt.
Noor for the 3 points. Holder Trent Santos, and the kick from Noor. Hits up and good.
And Colin
So
Noor's
Taunton
kick
gets
is good.
their first score of the game, a nice 3-point kick by Colin Noor. And it'll be 14-3 with 7:10 left in the 3rd
7:10
quarter.
remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Well, it's good to see the Tigers get on the board. They capitalized off of Attleboro's mistakes, the forced fumble there by Jordan Manning on Justin Daniels, and it's not the result that they wanted, but they got something out of it this time.
Yeah, obviously 7 is better than 3, but I mean, you'll take 3 points over 0 points, especially when Attleboro started out with the ball to start this half. You know, a great turnover forced by the Taunton Tigers, and they've started out this half the way they wanted to.
So here we go. Noor and the Tigers getting ready to kick it back away to the Bombardiers. Michael Coward handing over the ball to Colin Noor. Coward's been quite an interesting player for the special teams for the Tigers. He's been delivering quite a bit of tackles, and he's been pretty prominent so far in this game. A little confusion on the sidelines. And here's Noor's kick. Bit of a shallow one. We reach just around the 25. And we'll run it up the middle. And it'll get to about the 32-yard line. 37-yard line, I should say.
That was number 32, Caden Murray on the carry. He had a little bit of speed after he got that ball. He was hit pretty hard and went down hard.
Number 28 with the tackle for the Tigers special teams. Attleboro back to the field.
So if you're the Tigers, what you want to do, obviously, is stop them. You want to keep them out of your side of the field, limiting the amount of first downs that Attleboro gets, limiting the amount of time that Attleboro has the ball, because you still need 2 scores to get back in this game.
Working hard this evening.
Here's Ware, takes the first snap of the set of downs. Struck and stuffed there by Manning and his crew. And that'll lead to a loss
Number 66,
of yardage
George
here, and it'll be
Manning
second
leading the
down
charge
for the Blue
defensively for the Tigers
Bombardiers.
on that play.
It's actually 2nd and 9. Called it forward progress. Ball we spotted at the 40.
1 yard on the carry. It'll bring up second down and 9.
6:30 counting down, left in the third. Ware hands it off to Strachan once again, and he's stuffed. This time it's for a loss. And great job by the defensive line there for the Tigers. That's Jackson Roman and the crew rocking and rolling all over Strachan.
Tackle behind the
Well,
line.
great job by DeAndre McPhail and Mikey Coward to read that snap, cause the blitz, cause the pressure, and a loss of 3 for this Attleboro team.
Another good stop here by the Tigers. Can put them in another position to get the ball back and put some more points on this board, get back into this game.
Justin Daniels set on the motion, screens it over with Jason Ware, tries to find a hole on the outside.
And the ball comes
and
out.
The ball comes out again. Does Taunton have it?
I think they do.
They're going to call the ball down on contact. Santos got him down. They're going to say the ball popped out after.
Number 52, Jackson Wellman with the tackle on that play.
So great job there by Taunton to force the loss yet again. It'll be 4th and 12. Ball spotted at the 37.
Special teams on the field for the Blue Bombardiers.
Looks like we'll be seeing a punt.
38, I should say. And it looks like, yeah, there will be a punt here on 4th and 11.
Heggs and Marshall back to return in the backfield.
Back to return the kick for the Tigers.
Nolan Yeager will be doing the punting duties.
Kurt Marshall set in the backfield to receive the punt. And the punt is high and away. Bit of a shallow one. It'll bounce off. And it'll roll to about the 25-yard line.
And the ball will roll
And
down
Tigers
to
are
the
back on the field
25-yard
for another
line.
set of downs on offense.
Tiger offense to take over. 4:38 remaining in the third quarter.
So Taunton's offense looking quite better than what they ended with in that second quarter. Offense is looking alive, and their defense certainly is packing a punch right now in this Attleboro run game and their offense in general. Guys, what have you seen so far coming into this third quarter that you've liked out of the Taunton offense, and what do you think they need to keep up with as far as finishing this game strong with?
I'll tell you, the Taunton team coming out of the locker room here at halftime looks like a charged battery. You know, they come out a completely different game, both on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball. I've been very impressed with what they've shown stopping the run game from Strachan so far here in the second half. And they haven't really got things going so far in the passing, but Lopes in the backfield has been doing a great job so here in the second half.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I mean, Attleboro's defensive line has been
Josh
holding
Lopes
up
on the
strong
carry for the Tigers.
like they have
Short
been
game.
all game, but I'd say Taunton has really become a different team in this second half. If they're able to drive down the field and get some points on this drive, I think that would be perfect to put them back in position to win this game.
So Josh Lopes checks out of the game. Bretton Heggs coming back in. It'll be a 2nd and 7, gain of 3 on the play. Ball spot at the 27 of the Tigers. 28, I should say. Shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers set to the left, 1 to the right. Santos takes the snap, drops back. Tries to avoid the snap under pressure. And he's going to be sacked once again.
Yeah, that's the 4th or 5th time Santos has been sacked tonight. Correct me if I'm wrong, but, you know, Taunton offensive line not really doing a good job to, you know, keep him protected. And Colleen Charles and that defensive line has been getting to him all night.
Well, Freddie Wheaton, the sophomore from this Attleboro defensive line, able to sneak in there, come away with the sack.
So 3rd and 13, loss of 6 on that play. Ball now spotted at the Tiger 22. Shotgun formation once again, very predictable. And here's the snap from Santos. Javon Franklin set in motion twice now. Drops back. Huge rift in the offensive line for the Tigers. Almost intercepted there. That was Michael Strachan Jr. Just falls out of his hands. And it'll be 4th and long coming up for the Taunton offense.
It appeared like the Taunton offensive line didn't even block. I mean, it just looked like three white uniforms right in front of Santos, and he had to chuck it up somewhere, and Strachan was right there for it. If he came away with an easy pick there, I think this game might have been put to bed.
That was number 63, Chris Leonardo, the sophomore, weighing at 250 pounds at 6'1". He was providing the pressure there on Santos as Ever Ferreira punts it away. Bit of a squib kick here, just gets past the 50-yard line. Missed there by, appears to be Justin Daniels.
53, Mike Murray.
It tipped off of Daniels, and that was a live ball. Taunton could have came up with it. Luckily, Daniels hopped on top of it.
So with 2:47 remaining in this third quarter, Attleboro will get the ball back, spot at the 42-yard line. Daily Danger and Andy LeBlanc leading the defensive line out on the field. Jordan Manning also coming out strong.
At this point in the game, Taunton's got to be starting to think about time. Still have a whole quarter in this game, but this still is a two-possession game and a game that's been points have been hard to come by.
Good job by the Taunton defense, I should say. No gain on the play, but a loss of 1. That'll be 2nd and 11 coming up.
Taunton's defense has looked strong so far in the third quarter, and they are showing no signs of slowing down.
What is Ware calling here? It looks like a bunch formation to the left, to the right side.
They're trying to trick the Tiger defense.
Rolls out to the right, throws it over downfield. That's Cameron with the reception, and it'll be a third down of about 4 here for the Bombardiers. So a good little play, nice trips formation for the Bombardiers, and it'll be third down as Jordan Manning limps off the field.
I think they did what they wanted to there. The Taunton defense looked a little confused on the coverage. They didn't really pick up everyone and managed to get a couple yards for Attleboro.
So ball spot up to 48 on the 3rd and 4. 2 wide receivers set to the right. Strachan in the backfield. Cameron set in motion. Nice job by Jackson Wellman. What a sack.
Nobody saw Jackson Wellman come flying in there. Wow. I mean, he split the 2 offensive linemen. He split the guard and the tackle, and it was just daylight from there. Ware never saw it coming.
Jackson destroyed the line, came in strong, and the rest is history.
So it turns a 4th and 4 into a 4th and long for the Bombardiers. They're forced to punt it away now.
So Attleboro will be forced to punt it away. That was Bretton Heggs trying to make a fair catch there, but he'll let it go. And the ball bounced out of bounds. That'll be a fresh set of downs for the Tigers coming up.
Well, that punt finally, the punt that bounces takes a favorable bounce for this Tiger team. Let's see if they can go 65 yards and get in the end zone.
I know it's obvious, but I feel like Taunton High really has to switch things up here on this drive because every drive so far in this game, they've been predictable, and Attleboro has done nothing but pick up on that, play after play, drive after drive. They've been reading this Taunton High offense like a book, a children's book. It's been that easy to read. It's just been predictable. I think Taunton High's going to switch things up.
Well, right now, I mean, you got your 3 points off of an Attleboro turnover, but we haven't seen them really drive down the field much besides Kendrick Santos, one big screen catch and run, and we need to see more of that if we want to see a Tiger score. Right now, it's not looking too good.
First down and 10 play.
Here we go, 1st and 10, spotted at the 35 for the Tigers. Santos set in shotgun with Brett Heggs. Drops back, looking deep for Kendrick Santos on the coverage. Santos falls hard. Not good for his
8,
knee right
Kendrick
there.
Santos.
Good coverage there by number 2, I believe that was Justin Daniels. He's also shaken up on the play. And we'll take an injury timeout here for Santos.
So Daniels appears to be
Number 2,
holding his
Justin Daniels
forearm,
with the coverage.
and it appears to be Santos's
He is shaken up on the
knee.
play.
That's not good.
That is not good. That is never a good sign.
Yeah, getting up, he didn't even try to put any pressure on it. He knew right away that he wasn't going to be able to call for the trainer immediately. As we hope he's all right. Great player, both sides of the ball, defensive and offensive. Versatile player to have on this Tigers team.
Qualeem Charles, the big man, going to support Kendrick over there. Great show of support by the big man. And that's just more than football right there.
Yeah, I like that a little bit better than throwing my quarterback to the ground.
Yeah, I would as
Please,
well.
Number 2, Justin Daniels.
At the same time, Justin Daniels walking off, holding his arm with his trainer.
We wish all the better to Daniels. I wouldn't be surprised if Santos is out for the
And a
rest of
nice
this
hand
game.
also for our own number 8,
So he's going to limp off
Kendrick
the field.
Santos.
And I believe that'll do it for Santos for this set of downs. And Qualeem Charles, the defensive tackle, will hop right back into the huddle and start it off for Taunton offense. 2nd and 10 coming up after that incomplete pass.
Second down play coming
Ball
up for the
spot at
Tigers.
35 still. Shotgun formation for Santos and Heggs. 2 wide receivers set to the right, 2 to the left. Common formation for the Taunton offense. Javon Franklin set in motion. Sets the block on Charles. Hand off to Heggs, and he will be
Number 2, Brenton Heggs.
tackled by
on the carry.
Qualeem Charles there. And that'll be 3rd down and long coming up for the Tigers.
Number 57, Hugh Charles with the tackle.
So it looks like this may be the last play of the 3rd quarter. The time is dwindling for this Tiger offense.
Like I said, that's got to be in their mind as they still have to get down the field 2 times and stop Attleboro at least once here to get back in control of this game. It's certainly something they can't do in a short amount of time.
So it looks like there's going to be a called timeout here.
And the clock
Coach Sybil's going to talk it over with his team as well as Coach Strachan.
We'll head to the 4th. Attleboro on top, 14-3.
So 12 minutes to go here in the game. Taunton High is still down by 11 points. Trying to march their way down the field right now, seeming to pick up something. They did a good job off their first drive in the first quarter off that, the 3rd quarter off that fumble recovery. Get their first 3 points of the game. Looking at score now.
Well, we are seeing glimpses of momentum from this Taunton team. They just need to capitalize more often.
There needs to be some sort of fire here coming into this offense. I mean, you've only got 12 minutes to make 11 points happen to tie the game. What do we need to do to convert? What do we need to do to score? What are some of you guys' thoughts?
Well, this Tiger team really has to. They gotta score. We are not seeing many first downs from this Tiger team, and it's partial to blame is the offensive line. It's not necessarily on them with the overpowered size of this Attleboro defense. There's a penalty flag on the play, but we need to see something. We need to see some deep balls. Nobody's into it right now.
Yeah, definitely the change of pace needs to change. I mean, the pace of the game needs to change. Taunton's got momentum, but they need to carry it further. They need to take it to the next step because what we've seen so far in the first 3 games, now the 3 quarters of this game is they start and then they don't finish. You know, as a wise man once said, there's a $1 million move, but you can't have a 5-cent finish. So you really need to finish strong and come out with your best force possible.
Third down and
It's a
15
false
play.
start on Taunton. It backs them up another 5 yards to 3rd and 15.
And that pass is intercepted by Cameron on the secondary. And that's exactly what you don't want from your quarterback on offense. What are we thinking here? Double coverage. Why would you throw it?
Pass intended for Dylan Gukendare down the left sideline. Santos seemed to just throw off his back foot, not really get anything into the ball. Just kind of misfired right to the Attleboro defense. Not a good sign for Taunton High.
Well, I like the idea. What I don't like is the pass. I mean, if you're going to throw the ball, you got to make sure it's accurate.
Ball spots on the 48-yard line for the Blue Bombardiers. Number 2, Justin Daniels on the carry.
So it looks like Straka was on the carry. Nice job by the defense to come in and make the stop quickly. Jackson Wellman involved in that tackle. He's been a dominant show of hands for this Tigers defense so far. As we can see as well, his teammate typing him up. So with 11:29 and counting down left in this game, Taunton's going to come up with a big stop here.
Yeah, definitely the drive of the game. If you're the Taunton High defense, they got to make a big stop here. If they don't, the game's almost over, but you never know.
So a fake handoff once again. Jordan Manning missed it, and Ware gains about 3 on the play. It'll be a 3rd and 10 off that loss.
With the tackle for the Tigers.
3rd and 7, I should say. It'll be a 6-yard gain after that.
Well, what we can expect from this Attleboro team is for them to chew the clock. I mean, Taunton's not getting much momentum going. Attleboro, as long as they hold the ball and they're getting first downs, they can basically just run this one out.
So here comes a 3rd and 7 for Ware and the Bombardiers. Strachan set to his left side. Cameron in motion. Drops back. Throws over to the left side, almost intercepted near the hands of Javon Franklin, and that pass will end up incomplete for a 4th and 7.
Now we got a big 4th and 7 now. Taunton High looking to take the ball back. See, Attleboro is going to be in the punt formation.
Yeah, we're going to see Yeager out here again, and it's going to be Kurt Marshall receiving the punt.
So this is one of Taunton's only chances here that'll score. And for a scoring opportunity, what do we do here, guys? What are some of our thoughts?
Well, you know, last time through, they really tried changing things up, I'd say, with trying to pass more. It really didn't work out. Obviously, they had the interception. But I think you stick with that, but you only throw when you know that you're certain that you're going to get it there. Because 10 minutes, 10 seconds left here, you're down 11 points. You have no room to work with. You have no mistakes to make. You're out. You got to be perfect here on out.
That is true. I mean, every second of this clock counts at this point. Running the ball definitely runs down that clock. So I think passing the ball is a smart thing to do here. Just got to make sure that the passes are accurate.
So here come Trent Santos and the Tigers, heading out for one of their last sets of downs. Must-score opportunity here for the Tigers. Waleem Charles and the Blue Bombardiers trying to make the stop here.
Kedrick Santos is back out there, lined up along the left side.
Here's the snap, hands it off to Lopes. Tries to find a hole on the right side. He'll get stuffed up by the defensive line, and it'll be 2nd down.
Lopes has been going right up the middle all day, and it has not been working. Taunton High's, you know, yet to change things up with that. That's how they've been starting almost every downs, and Attleboro has noticed.
I think one of the big things, like you said, Jack, that Taunton needs to focus on is stop being so predictable. I mean, like you said, every single one of their sets of downs that they've come out with, they've either led with a run up the middle or they've tried some sort of screen. you gotta trust your quarterback at some point in time and try to maybe play action pass, maybe just a slant up the middle. Something simple to the point where you just mix up your defense and throw them off their game a little bit, where you can gain a good chunk of yardage.
You know, I would have to agree with that. I mean, we haven't seen a single play action pass all day today.
Santos drops back, rolls out to his right, left I should say. Gets Kendrick. Santos once again, he is stuffed. That's Jason Ware on the tackle. Wow. But he gets the good chunk of yardage, and they trust the quarterback to throw it. And it's going to be about a third and short here. Or second and short, third and short for the Tigers.
Great job by Trent Santos to find Kendrick Santos there. He was scrambling up the middle. He had Kendrick open little seconds earlier before he got rushed. Good job to find him again. No one picked him up. So now we have a chances of first down here for the Tiger offense.
Well, back to the play action that we were talking about. You really don't have time for a play action now that we're thinking about it because of this overpowering Attleboro defensive line.
So Trent Santos flies it down the field. It'll be caught there by number 1 Javon Franklin. Nice chunk of yardage there on the drop back. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
Well, that's what we like to see from this Tiger team. We need some more of that right now.
It'll be a 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 46 of the Tigers. And like we said earlier, if you sling the ball down the field and break the curse of consistency with the run game, you're going to mess up the defense. It's plain and simple.
Ball now on the 46-yard line.
So 1st and 10 shotgun formation once again. And here's the dive up the middle that is so predictable. With the Tiger offense, it'll be about a gain of 1.
Lopes on the carry again.
Good job by Freddie Wheaton in on the tackle there. Wrapping up Lopes really quick.
Number 44, Freddie Wheaton with the tackle for Attleboro.
So 2nd and 9 after the gain of 1. Spotted the 47, 7:51 left in this game. Taunton's got to score on this drive. Shotgun formation once again. Drops back.
We do see a
Avoids the
flag.
sack. Flag thrown. Great cuts by Santos to avoid the loss of yardage. He'll gain about maybe a yard or 2 on that play, but good job by Santos and a good effort to avoid this couple of sack opportunities that they had.
I believe it's going to be a face mask penalty.
As we look to midfield for the call, holding.
Oh, it's going to be a holding, and it's going to go on the Tigers.
Knew it was too good to be true. I mean, Santos did an awesome effort, but you got to have something from your offensive line to help make that work. And unfortunately, the holding was the opportunity that Santos was given.
Ball now spots at the 32.
Time is still ticking down. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left in the game. Tigers still trailing by 11, trying to march down the field, make this a one-possession game.
Well, they don't have time to waste right now, and I don't think they realize that. It's a 2nd and 24 now.
So 2nd and long situation here for the Tigers. Shane spotted about the 46-yard line. Santos screens it out there to Kendrick. And flag thrown.
Santos' pass is complete.
And let's see what the call is down in midfield.
Number 8, Kendrick Santos on the reception.
Looks like it's going to be against
3rd
Taunton.
down, a long play coming up. We do have another flag on the play on the field.
And here's the call.
It's going to be
So it looks like
against
it's
Taunton High.
will be against Taunton.
Well, this is not looking good for this Tiger team. Now a 2nd and 39
Looks like it.
from their own 15.
So now Santos is pretty much forced to sling it.
And
Unless
what's
you
scary
want-
about that is an interception ends the game almost. So, you got to be perfect.
Well, it is a 2nd and 41 right now. That is
Jack.
that is something else.
Hand off to Lopes. Plays a little conservative here.
I just don't understand the play call there. I mean, you have a 2nd and 41, and you run a halfback dive. You run the ball right up the middle.
Sidwell maybe seeing if he can catch Attleboro off guard. But time is still ticking, and Taunton High is taking their sweet time with these short runs up the middle.
Yeah, we are halfway through the fourth quarter right now. It is a 3rd and 36.
Not a good situation.
Let's just say if they get the first down here, I'm going off ice cream after the game.
And I'm buying.
Can I hop in this? So a screen pass. Josh Lopes gets smothered. It's going to be another loss. What?
Lopes was absolutely demolished before the ball even reached his hands. He was hit hard. Not sure who that was in. I believe that was number 59, Jack Rayome, in on the tackle.
And it's going to be a 4th and 36. Ball
See
spot
what
at the 20.
we punting?
And it looks like we're punting.
Ferreira in the back.
Well, that should
That's going to put the
something tells me that's going to seal this one. We're not seeing much out of this Taunton team right now, and the penalties have killed them.
it looks like Lopes is a little bit shaken up on the sideline.
And with 5.5 remaining, he's going to take 2 stops and 2 scores to get back into this one. The fair catch is called at around the 50-yard line.
Well, at this point, you need a turnover.
Yes, indeed. Taunton High was able to capitalize off the turnover here early in the second half. Nothing coming since then. No points, only those 3.
So here we go. It's on defense, back on the field for a fresh set of downs, trying to stop Attleboro. Jason Ware, Michael Strachan, they've been unbelievable for this team, as well as number 2 for the Bombardiers, Justin Daniels, and Cameron as well, number 5. They've been stellar, keeping this offense moving and keeping the ball out of Taunton's hands. So it looks like the ribbon is right on the present, and it looks like Strachan's going to take it up the middle for a great stop for a first down. Strachan just laid his shoulder down, and Wellman is down after that tackle. And what a job by Strachan there, and it'll be move the chains.
Yeah, that was 3 people shaken up after that gain by Strachan, Budanley Danger, Jackson Wellman, and Trent Santos, all taking a while to get up off the ground as he hit all of them as he made his way through the offensive line.
You know it's a pretty hefty tackle when you take down 3 of your major guys in the defense.
One being Budanley Danger.
First down play coming up.
Strachan up the left side.
Strachan again with
Stuff
the carry.
there for no gain.
Number 52, Jackson Wellman again.
Jackson
With another
Wellman on the
for the
tackle.
Tiger
It'll be a
game.
second down coming up for the Bombardiers.
Clock ticking under 5 minutes now. Attleboro is pretty good field position as we speak.
Attleboro taking their time with every play. Every second counts.
So Attleboro still in the huddle here. 4:14 counting down, trying to kill the clock as much as possible. 14-3 lead over Taunton Tigers at Alexia Stadium. Breast Cancer Awareness Night here at Taunton High School. Nice chilly Friday night.
And a timeout on the field.
And it looks like maybe
4:04 remaining in the
timeout
game.
called here by the Tigers with 4:04 remaining in the game. Guys, what are some of your overall thoughts? You know, throwing the bun on the burger, throwing whatever you want to call it.
Star of the game, without a doubt. Any way you look at it, it's number 7, Michael Strachan Jr. has really controlled the run game, and he's been the entire offense for Attleboro, they haven't thrown the ball too much to Cameron or Morris on the outsides. They've been giving it to Straken and Ware, staying right up the middle and doing damage on Taunton's defense, and they've really just controlled this whole game.
Well, personally, I'd have to give my player of the game to Qualim Charles. I mean, he applies the pressure needed from the Attleboro defense that allows them to hold Taunton to 3 points. I mean, they've given up just 22 points this whole year, including today. And I think Qualim Charles has been a big part of that with 4 sacks tonight.
So Attleboro definitely packing the punch tonight. And it looks like they're just going to wrap this game up. Strachan in the backfield once again. Tight formation on the line. One receiver line to the left. They're going to hand it off to Strachan on the left side. Nice tackle by Jackson Wellman. He's going to be tackled for a loss. And that'll be third down coming up.
I'll tell you, that's a positive coming out of this game is the play of number 52, Jackson Wellman. He's been in on a bunch of tackles tonight, taking over on the defensive side of the ball, especially with a couple injuries out there, to Marquise and McDougal on that defensive side. So Jackson Wellman doing a great job stepping up, making some nice key tackles.
So here we go, 3rd and 11, ball spotted at the Tiger 39 with 3:33 counting down in this game. Here's Ware in the offense.
No yards on the play. They'll bring up 3rd and long.
Hand off to Strachan, stuffed again at the line. That's Jackson Wellman. Unreal job by number 52. And flag thrown. Maybe personal conduct here.
I told you, Wellman's having himself a day today.
Well, Santos and Franklin are arguing the call.
Jackson Wellman is going off right now. Look at him. He's over by the 10-yard line. He is steaming right now.
Do we have a call on the
There's a
flag?
flag down on the field.
Ref's talking to Sidwell right now.
So Santos coming out of the game. Number 85 checking in for the Taunton Tigers. That's Nigel Choate, the junior, checking in.
That last penalty assessed against the Tigers will push the ball forward. Ball down to the 23-yard line. It will be 1st and 10.
Ball clock ticking under 3 minutes here.
Clock continues to run.
Ball
3 minutes
is
remaining.
just outside the red zone. Now in the red zone.
So Strachan hands off again after the penalty.
Number 6, Kurt Marshall.
The handoff to Strachan will be about a 3-yard gain. And it'll be, looks like another timeout here called. 2nd and 5 was the result.
It's important at this point in the game to just take away the positives here for the Taunton Tigers. Of course, we were talking about earlier, number 52, Jackson Wellman having a great game. On the other side of the ball, Lopes has been all right, running up the middle. They haven't been giving the ball to McPhail or Heggs as much. And Santos has been doing all right under center. Hasn't really had the opportunity to pass too much tonight. But Taunton High's been doing an okay job so far.
Yeah, Taunton High's definitely shown improvement in their younger players and as well as their experience in the upperclassmen. Jackson Wellman obviously leading the way in today's game for Taunton. But there's definitely going to be a lot of takeaways that Coach Sidwell's going to be talking about in the locker room and over film next week that they're going to have to go into strong going on the road next week.
Inside the 20-yard line. 2nd down play coming up.
So here we go. 2nd and 5. Ware under snap. Gives it off to Strachan. Nice run there by Strachan. He's just going to get to about the 1. And that's probably going to seal the deal
Number 7, Michael Strachan.
for the Attleboro Bombardiers as we have a player down. That's number 77. That would be the offensive lineman, Michael Tomeo. It looks like he'll be okay.
So we are coming up on the 2-minute warning here.
So 2:12 remaining. Ware under snap. Goal line defense set for the Tigers. Hands it off to Strachan, and it's going to be a walk-in. Touchdown, Bombardiers.
And Michael Strachan.
Attleboro marches all the way down the field after the crazy set of events from Taunton, and that will seal the deal as Briggs comes on for the extra point.
Stray can really just add in a little bit more to his box score, his line score for the day. So, going to have a 20, possibly 21-3 lead for the Blue Bombardiers.
Well, of the 3 scores today, Strachan has 2 of them.
Ware's got the other one.
Yeah, well, this game is going to come to a close. We see the fans starting to check out. 21-3, 2 minutes remaining.
2:02 remaining.
I've been impressed with the Blue Bombardiers kicker, Colby Briggs. Has shown a couple impressive field goals so far tonight.
Yeah, 3 for 3 on extra points.
Briggs has definitely been something else. You know who's been pretty good too is Colin Orr. Had a couple nice kickoffs and had a nice set of 3 points. You know, maybe the only 3 points the Taunts put up, but
it's the leading scorer
pretty
tonight.
Good, yeah. Look at that. Coming over from the soccer team. Now kicking for varsity football. So he's done a pretty good job, if I'd say so myself.
Briggs set to kick off now.
So here we go. Briggs sent to kick it off with 2:02 remaining in this game, and that'll wrap it up. Sweep kick over to Kurt Marshall, bobbles it, tries to run around, trying to find an open hole. And he will run it over to the left side. He finds a hole, but he's still going. Look at that. Almost got tripped up on a tackle, missed it up. And he's just going to get past the 50-yard line. Nice job by Kurt Marshall to maybe provide a last spark for this Tigers offense.
Well, I like that play by Kurt Marshall. He shows never give up. I mean, he started that play on the right side of the field, ends up on the left sideline with a gain of about 30 yards from where he first grabbed that ball.
Yeah, impressive pickup by Kurt Marshall. But, you know, not to take away negatives, but from the first side of that play, you know, the bobble, you come back. You know, he had that fumble earlier in this game, you know, on the special teams, and, you know, a couple balls getting by him. Wonder, you know, if that's in the back of his mind.
So here we go as we approach the final 2 minutes of the game. Santos under snap.
Ball spots at the 48
Center.
yard line, first down and 10
Shotgun
play.
formation once again. A roll out, trying to find a last-minute opportunity. Rolls it over to Elijah Marshall. Nice missed tackle there by Marshall, the slot receiver. He'll find a first down. And we're going to get the chains moving
Santos'
here.
pass is complete to number 20, Elijah Marshall.
So 100 seconds remaining in this
That
one.
pass and catch good for a Tiger first down.
Looks like this will be Taunton's last drive of the game. Attleboro will go to 3-1 on the year. Taunton will fall to 1-3.
So here's one of the final plays of the drive from Trent Santos. Here's the snap from Hussein Kassab. Throws it over, deflected.
Pass intended for
And
number
that was
1, Javon
Wheaton
Franklin.
fired
Second
up
down.
on the play. Nice pressure provided on the Taunton offensive line. And with a minute 38 left, it's a second down and 10.
Ball spots on the 40-yard line. Second down play coming up.
Shotgun formation. Three wide receivers set out, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Santos looks out to the left, trying to get it to Javon Franklin, and that'll be incomplete
Number 1 falls
for
incomplete.
3rd and 10 coming up.
Well, too little, too late to be throwing the ball now. I mean,
With the defensive
I think on this
coverage,
drive we've
third
seen
down.
more out of this Tiger team than we have all night.
So definitely they're showing that they have trust in Santos, you know, to maybe bring it down the field last minute, but like you said, it's just too little, too late, and there's no turning back from here.
Tigers will be traveling to Oliver Ames for the next game. that Oliver Ames team got shut out by this Attleboro team. So we're looking at a pretty good game next week in Easton.
Should be a good matchup between the two Tiger sets. And it is intercepted around the 20-yard line, picked off by Justin Daniels. And that'll wrap it up for the Tiger offense with just a minute 27 left.
That was one of those passes where as soon as you go in the air, you can just tell it's a floater that's just going to get picked off. I almost said it while I was in the air, actually. But not the way you want to leave the game if you're the Taunton High offense.
Well, keep in mind, Justin Daniels did get hurt earlier in this game. He left the game with an injured forearm, comes back, gets the big pick to seal this one, put it to bed. 21-3. Looks like he's going to be the final.
So it looks like Attleboro is going to come in and maybe a couple halfback dive plays and then take a couple knees, and that should wrap it up for tonight's action. So here comes Jason Ware in the stellar Attleboro offense tonight. Only 21 points, I should say, on the board. Decent showing. And they will take a knee. And that should run the clock off and kill this game.
So we should see two more knees, and then
I should do it.
Next week, still an early start time. We have triple E warnings here in Massachusetts all around.
Definitely. Yep. But got to remember, too, it has been getting a little bit colder. It was about in the mid-50s this morning.
Absolutely. Still waiting for that first frost so we can get our first night game going.
Should be fun. Cold at night. And there's what should be the final knee of this game. Maybe one more. As we are approaching 37 seconds and counting down.
If I have to pick a player of the game here for Taunton High, I would pick Jackson Wellman. He really showed me a lot today. Especially when he hasn't the past couple weeks. He really sticked out today. He made some key tackles. Has been a great player all around, especially on the defensive side of the ball today.
Wellman's definitely come up strong today, Jack, as you said. Definitely someone that you could just pick out automatically if you just watch the film next week, who's been a dominant player all season and, definitely showing strong in this game as with 5 seconds remaining. 3, 2, and 1. And this game will be officially over in the books. Final score here at Alexio Stadium at Taunton High School, 21-3 in favor of the Attleboro High School Blue Bombardiers. Guys, what did you see as an overall final thoughts and projections going into next week against Oliver Ames? What do you think this Taunton team needs to do to improve, and what do you think they need to continue on as far as their strong suits?
Well, what I think Taunton's problem has been so far here through the first 4 games, they've started out 1-3, and what they've shown almost every game is predictability and just calling the same plays drive after drive, not changing up things when they're not working, and sticking with the same game plan regardless of the outcome. And that has been a problem through these first 4 games, and something that they need to change up next week against Oliver Ames.
Well, I would 100% have to agree, but I do think that both teams did make mistakes today. It's just Taunton made more mistakes than Attleboro, and Attleboro capitalized on them more than Taunton did.
All right, so that'll wrap up things here in the press booth here at Alexia Stadium at Taunton High School. Signing off for my colleagues Nick Dorangelo and Jack Ryan for the Taunton Educational Network. I'm Brett Schaubs. Thank you for watching, and have a great night.